We know now that Sarah Palin can give one hell of a speech. She's a natural, and that's no mean feat. We don't know yet, and we won't know until you guys allow her to take questions. Can she answer tough questions about, domestic policy, foreign policy?
But I mean, like from who? From you?
Well, from me.
Who cares? No offense.
Who cares? I think the American people care.
I think the American people want to see her.
I'm going to just go right
who cares if she can talk to Time Magazine? She can talk to the American people. They want to say, how am I going to stay in my home? She can answer that question.
American people need to know, just like they need to know about Joe Biden, Barack Obama.
That she can talk to you?
Not that she can talk to me.
I don't get it.
She knows
I'm going back to bed.
That she knows things about the domestic and foreign policy that a vice president needs to know.
But here's the thing. I mean,
it doesn't matter if it's me, but somebody's got to ask the question. She's got to answer them.
The media did something to this family that I've never seen before in my life. And I think she took the stage last night and she made her own points. She put this discussion and this race and this convention in her own terms. And she didn't do it by talking, with all due respect, to people like you. She took the stage and talked to the American people about things they care about, how they're going to stay in their homes.
You were talking about the media and what they did the first couple of days. We want to commend, and I know you've heard us probably say this already, Barack Obama showed such class while the media they were acting like dogs the first couple of days, chasing a Daily Kos story that was a lie, all to out a 17-year-old girl. Barack Obama showed such great class by coming out saying, this is off limits. The media is off limits. If my supporters think that this is where we want to go, you're in the wrong campaign. What a guy, and we want to commend him. I mean, I'm sure you'd agree with me. Barack Obama, what a class act.
He was adamant about saying it.
Yeah.
As soon as he heard the news, he was adamant about going out there and making sure that everybody understood that families aren't in bounds, and certainly families' children are not in bounds.
Oh, God, yeah.
They don't have a choice in this. As Nicole said, they probably got put on an airplane, told they were going somewhere.
Told they were going to celebrate their parents' anniversary. The announcement was made on their parents' anniversary.
So I think there's, you pop up someplace and your life is completely. I said this last night watching the speech. I cannot imagine what a whirlwind week it must be to go through 5 days or 6 days that completely change the course of your life forever.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. I do think there is one significant thing that has been agreed upon this morning. Just a few days ago, if you got up in front of a crowd and they cheered and you gave a great speech and you instilled some excitement and some enthusiasm and some hope into this election or into the electorate, it was denigrated. It was castigated. Now, actually, we understand that if you stand up and you give a good speech and you outline where you're going to go and you get people excited about making a difference in this country, that it's actually a good thing. We have made progress over the last few days.
Now, of course,
and apparently it's all you have to do. You don't have to take questions. Just give the speech.
And moving beyond
for the record, though, we celebrated Barack's speech on Thursday night, which I looked around. And this is a thing I hope we can all celebrate here. Thursday night on the convention floor in Denver, I looked up at all the flags and Barack, and I said, thank God I was born in this country. I'm so lucky. I felt the same thing last night. And at a moment of crisis in this country, you ask the question, where do these leaders come from? A guy that 4 years ago, we really had no idea about Barack Obama. Now look what he's done. Sarah Palin on the other side, the same thing. We are so lucky to be in this country with these type of leaders.
It's absolutely true, and I felt it on both levels for both speeches. I don't want to talk about media anymore. I want to move beyond this. And I want to say, I think the legitimate question from the media to your candidate, vice presidential candidate, is how does she educate herself on foreign policy, given the threats that we face in this new world?
Well, and look,
fight against terrorism.
U.S. troops are going into Pakistan now. What happens when a new Pakistani government decides to send troops to fight U.S. troops? Is she ready to sit around the table in the Situation Room with John McCain?
And to be educated in a matter of months?
Yeah,
look, I think she builds on the experience she has as someone with both hands on the steering wheel of our global energy markets. She deals with a lot of allies. She's, takes the lead in dealing with global energy issues. And as a governor, she's in the pretty elite club of her own.
But she's never traveled outside the country, but for once.
Well, look, I think that Robert would agree. A lot of this is about judgment. And, I think in our case, she will be a part of a team with Senator John McCain.
We have made massive progress, right? We have judgment all of a sudden, Trump's experience. Traveling overseas was exceedingly important, say, around mid-June, less so in, say, early September. Speeches are important because they excite the electorate. Look, I'm glad we've made progress. I think we're moving toward a resolution on all these issues.
Nicole, I'm very happy.
Will you two hug each other?
I mean, I don't think it shows much strength that Robert's leaning on Sarah Palin to bolster his candidate. I think that's frankly pathetic. But,
the first punch in the 15th round.
John McCain and Sarah Palin, I think they're going to show.
I don't know what she's got against Sarah Palin.
Listen, they're going to show the country. I think by 10 o'clock tonight, I think the country will be staring at the next president and vice president of the United States.